Welcome to the Magical Mommy Monday podcast. On our last episode, we had College Audition Pros Drew Boudreau on to chat about his time with Disney Cruise Line and his new role where he provides one-on-one coaching to college-bound performers. This is a bonus episode with Drew. See, sometimes we tangent, and there were definitely a few along the way during our discussion. Today you'll hear more about Drew and Angela's backgrounds in acting and theater performances. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Did you work at Santaland and Macy's as well, or no?
No, first time I heard about Santaland was when Frank was talking about it in class. The closest thing I've been to doing something like that is every year at my theater, the Maverick Theater in Southern California, we do a production of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians live on stage. So if you've ever seen the old film, which is routinely ranked as #1 or #2 worst movie of all time, we have put it up with same care and craft as the film was made, which is to say 0. And it is the most fun. I play either a Martian, or I play one of the little kids, or I play like an extra. And this thing is now in its 15th year. People are rabid about this. The whole run sells out in a day. It's like one of those where like tickets go on sale at 10 o'clock in the morning. By noon, all of December is sold out because everyone's company has bought out the theater. And it's particularly fun because, you know, all of us have done the show for so long that we don't rehearse it anymore. And so we will, if there's someone new to the cast, we'll give them like one dress rehearsal. But we like that idea of like, well, it's been 341 days since our last performance. Who thinks they remember it? All right, cool. Let's give it a go.
Give me a heart attack. Well, you've done it for 15 years.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the guy playing Santa, who's significantly older than everyone else, he does keep a copy of the script in his boot. And last year, not last year, the year before last, one of the Martians was like, well, Santa Claus, what are you going to do now? And he goes, oh, just a minute. And he reaches into his boot, grabs the script. Aha, I remember now. It's that kind of stuff that makes that show so much fun.
It kind of sounds like I do, or in the past have done like melodramas. It kind of sounds
very similar.
Like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Where the audience is 100% in on the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. So fun.
Yeah.
But you did not do it last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So then it's going to be a little more than a year since you've rehearsed last.
Well, I can't do it anyway because like a real champ, I joined Actors Equity the week before Broadway shut down. Like a real
I did see
smarty
this
pants.
TikTok.
Yeah.
But you can't do it now because of that?
Yeah, they would have to give me a contract, an Actors Equity contract.
Oh, man.
I
What
know.
a bummer.
We're very sad for you.
No. Oh, why do you have to have value? Jeez.
I know.
We want so much
Go
more
with your
for
career. God.
That
really want
show
you to
was.
stick to this show and this show only. Why do you want to grow from here?
I have been, I've done a million shows and a million, improv stuff and sketch, and I can almost always find a way to wriggle out of whatever situation I find myself in on stage. That show was the only time I just found myself agog and no way out. The guy playing the evil Martian said to me backstage, because every night I come out with the joke as like the cute, awkward Martian. I say, Santa Claus told me a joke. And then I tell the joke. And the guy playing the evil Martian said, tonight, when you come out, I want you to say that you have a joke and it starts with you saying knock, knock. I say, okay, great. And so I say, Santa Claus has told me a joke. He says, well, tell the joke. And I say, knock, knock. He goes, who's there? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, that was a terrible joke. Everyone boo this man.
That almost makes it funnier though. Because knock jokes aren't that funny anyway. So that makes it better.
Very true. My God, I love it.
What has been your favorite show that you've ever done?
Oh gosh.
I know. You've done a lot.
That's tough. I just did Oklahoma a million times. playing Allie Hackham the Peddler Man, which is a role I can just do forever. And at 30, I just began to hit my stride for that role. So I'm like, great, I got another good 30 years of this character in store. This is terrific. And then I play LeFou from Beauty and the Beast a lot. And the last time I did it, it was great. It was an 8-week run. It was a long run. I got like 50 shows in.
Wow.
And it was just terrific.
That's so cool. Oh. I was in Oklahoma in 6th grade. So
you were?
Same. Yeah. I haven't done many shows in my life. There's a reason for that. And that was, is that the last one? That might have been the last play I was in.
We need to get you back in theater, Jen.
No, we don't.
What about you, Angela?
What question?
When was your last show? Was it also in grade 6?
Oh gosh, when was my last show? It was before I had kids, which is really sad. But I'm a medical actor. So
really?
So if we're talking
I did that in college, yeah.
No one knows what that is. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Yeah. So if we're talking gigs, my last gig was 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've only done it in college. When I was doing children's theater, everyone else in my group did children's theater in the morning and then were medical actors by day.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that gig. So I did it in college. And this was not for diagnosis purposes.
Okay.
It was through the school of something else with the medical school to teach these first year and second years how to have bedside manner.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't out for, first of all, way too young for the role. I had alcoholism and my liver was failing and I was just a grumpy dude. Everyone in my life had died. And so I spill all this stuff to this, poor, 24-year-old med student. And he's like, so other than that, how do you feel? Yeah. And I am in character. I just ripped this guy to shreds. And he was like, oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
Can I stop the exercise?
When the med students don't know how to react, you're like, oh, sweet little chick.
No, I know. I mean, but it's good that we're doing it because they get people who are weirder than any scenario that we can imagine. You know what I mean?
I know.
That's true.
Oh, well,
maybe I need to get in on this. I should get in on this.
You do.
I tried theater and drama in my senior year of high school and first year of college, and I'm like, I can't speak. I just can't be in front of people. And the red, it just creeps as soon as I get in front of people, and I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. I have 2 podcasts at this point. I don't know why people are listening to me.
I feel like, Drew, you would be perfect in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum.
I would love to do that show.
As the main
Snoodless! Yeah.
I was in that and I think you'd be perfect. Perfect.
I would. That's another show that I can do until I'm 70. He can be any age, which I just adore.
You'd be perfect.
Anything Zero Mostel's ever played, I can play. You know what I mean? Right now I can play Leo Bloom, but in 10 years I can play Max Bialystock and the producers,
Yeah.
The last show I did in New York was, if you can see it behind me, Game of Thrones the musical.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it was.
I thought that was pretend.
Yeah, we did that. And we took over the space that the Fantastics was in for a long time. Which is, I don't know, sort of a tarnished to the legacy of that theater. And we ran for a couple months and it was just the most fun. That was the most feeling like you got shot out of a cannon kind of show I've ever done.
Wow.
That's cool.
Jen, if you could do a Broadway show, which one would you do? Because we're going to get you back into acting. So
okay, sure.
Start big.
Well, I would start small and go right for a chorus line. So
start small.
No biggie. I would my favorite.
Have you and Frank ever talked about if we're ever in a show together, here's the roles we'll play?
Oh, that's a great question.
We haven't, probably because I've always been what? I can't talk in front of people. So I am usually just watching his shows, and we haven't discuss that. We should discuss that. We've discussed like who would, play us in our family movies, but
Oh, who would play you in your family movies?
It's changed over time. I feel like so I would have said Anna Kendrick, but
good choice.
Now I feel like I've heard some stories about her on TikTok, and I'm not
Really?
liking what I'm hearing.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Me too. So I have to think.
Wait, not Anna Kendrick. I don't care for her. Who am I thinking of? Anne Hathaway. I like her.
Oh, Anne Hathaway. As Frank calls her, Annie, because he just feels like they're friends. So he refers to her as Annie.
Annie.
It's like, oh my God, Annie. I'm like, yeah, her.
Can I tell you who I would cast?
Yes, please.
I would cast Maggie Gyllenhaal to play you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. I see it.
Okay, go on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. What about for Frankie? Who would be Frankie?
Oh, Sam Rockwell, no doubt.
Oh, interesting. Who does
you had that already?
I'm completely blanking on who he always says will play him. I mean, we have people that would play our like childhood dentist. I mean, we have it all figured, but I'm totally blanking.
Is the screenplay written already?
No, not yet, but it needs to be.
What about you,
I have no idea. The only person
I'm telling Drew to cast somebody for you.
I mean, the only person I've ever been compared to is Britney Spears when she was young. And I feel like I don't really look like her. I don't know. I have no idea who would be me. And my husband tells me that I act a lot like Jessica Day from New Girl, but I think that's just more my personality because I get really weird sometimes. Tell everyone where they can find you on social media, Drew.
Of course. If you want to find me personally, Hair Toss, I'm Drew Boudreau, Boudreau. I'm on the Instagrams and the TikToks and the Facebook, all at that handle. Check me out on TikTok. I do a lot of musical theater jokes. That's pretty much all I do is just musical theater jokes. Very niche audience. If you want to find me on the socials for college audition help, I'm simply College Audition Pros on Facebook and the Instagram. And very soon, I will be College Audition Pros on the TikTok, separating my personal account from my business account. Because here's the thing about TikTok, they don't like when you go off brand. So when I make a joke, it's like 100 million people watch it. When I say, come to my summer intensive, they're like, you piece of dirt. We're not
promoting yourself.
Right.
You just sucked us in with your jokes.
Right.
You sell yourself. Disgusting. Unfollow.
The algorithm knows, man. It is harsh. It is real harsh.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you're having a great day, night, whatever you're doing, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.